Hey everybody, welcome in, and it's time for an update on my Big Hero 6. Now, it's been about a month and a half since the Big Hero 6 characters came out, so people have been wondering what is my progress and how am I going for a free-to-play character. So, I always call myself a character. free-to-play player. And I've been doing the Big Hero 6 completely free-to-play farm, and this is where I'm at. I prioritized HIRO pretty much straight away, got him there. I got Go-Go Dash, the female Dash, Go-Go. I got her leveled right up, and farmed her as soon as I could, like as soon as I was done HIRO. I actually did a bit of Go-Go first, and then I finished off HIRO, and then now I will be going back to Go-Go after some of my other priorities. But there's no need for me to take her further until these other characters are at 6-star, heading towards 7-star as well, because there's no need to have her 7-star if I don't have the other 7-star. It gets me nothing. So she's on back burner while I'm farming Prince Philip, is it? And I'm getting him sorted out because I want to prioritize raids. I want to make sure I get all my rewards from there while I'm still prioritizing my normal energy on Big Hero 6 to catch these ones up to 6-star. And as you can see, Honey Lemon, Fred, and Wasabi are all around 30 tokens heading towards 6-star. So why that is that I'm evenly farming. I'm doing all their nodes every day. If someone I've pulled less of their character tokens on a certain day, then I will use that free daily claim attempt to have another attempt at their tokens to try and keep them up all evenly so that they are ready at the same level as soon as Big Hero 6 event comes back around. Now, I'm expecting that not for another month to a month and a half, depending on how all the other events go and what new events come in and things of the sort. So I'm hoping I should have them all at 6-star ready. Dreaming if it's at the later amount of say maybe a month and a half away, maybe if I get lucky and get some amazing pulls, maybe I might be heading towards a 7-star. But I have a feeling that I may only just get a 6-star on this coming unlock. So that's kind of where I'm at with Big Hero 6. So I can take you all through. I did gear up. I'll mention the gear situation, and then I'll go into what I'm doing in farming wise. So which I've already touched on, but HIRO was already ready straight away, and as soon as the gear for 8.0 will be ready, as soon as all these things are ready, that we can get him up, I will probably be taking him up as soon as we can, just to make sure I make the most of his leadership. With at level 3, at required gear tier 8, as soon as that becomes available, everybody is going to need that 5%. And if you're not running the extra 5% speed, you're going to get demolished. As we see, if you're not already running, if you're trying to run Kingdom versus Tech, Hero Tech, Big Hero 6, you're going to get slaughtered. The same thing's going to happen if you don't have this 5% speed. So I'm going to have him up, I want to have him ready, and I want to make sure. I haven't been farming any of the tech pieces of gear though, to be honest, downtown hero pieces of gear, which I probably should get onto now that I'm mentioning that, as I've been prioritizing a few other characters. But until we have raids, I don't think we're going to have an 8.0 anytime soon at the moment, and not for myself as a free-to-play player. I don't think it's going to be achievable in say the next month or so anyway. So as soon as I can, I do want to be going against it. So that means I probably should be starting farming, and I should farm up all of these pieces. But also until we know after raids and after this about what is going to be required to get here, there's no real point in me putting everything into this if I'm not going to be able to get into 8.0 within that time frame anyway. So that is kind of my thoughts. So as soon as we know this, then I'll set my priorities depending on how long it's going to take, then he is going to be first priority when that happens. Until that happens, he is not first priority. So that's why I have him here. Now for Gogo and Honey Lemon, I took Honey Lemon, I'm going to start with Honey Lemon before Gogo, because I took her up, and I took her up only far enough that I could get all of her speed gear, because I saw that none of her other gear at gear tier 6 gives her speed. So I was like, well, all she needs to be is fast. She's another character, kind of like HIRO, that as long as she's fast, you can use her, you can do what you want with her. That can be for another coming video. How good is she? Do you want to see that? How good is she not at max stars? And you can use her at 3-star, 4-star, just to do what her job to do is. Now, yes, everything will always get better at the higher star level, but for her controlling aspect and for what she does, she is a whole lot more and used like a support character. And hence why you can just use her as you need. So that's why I have her up to gear tier 6. And I thought there's no harm in taking these ones up to gear tier 6 since you need them for the event at 7-star anyway. But now all I need is Fred and Wasabi, which taking 2 characters up to gear tier 6 isn't going to be too hard. Not at all. I can take them all up to 5, like pretty much right now, and I can probably take them up to 6 right now. But there's yet again no need until I get them all 7-star. I want to use my resources on other characters, say for characters I need for raids, characters I need for keeping up with the meta, things like that. And that point is going to take me to Gogo. Now, I actually invested a whole bunch in her because of the likes of Cozy and a few others saying, oh, you can use her and get one-hit snipes with Zurg. And I was like, I want to test this, because that all went out the window. And I was like, I want to test this. So I got her up. She was fast. She could do her thing. She could defense down. And who wants to hear the answer? In the comments below. Maybe I'll, if you want to hear that, maybe I'll put that in the comments below. We'll do a separate video of what my findings were. Maybe if you want to hear that, pause the video, go down there, test it out, and then I'll talk a little bit about now. Actually, just do it now. Get in the comments and I'll talk about it. I took her up so I could try see if I could do the one hit with Zurg, take out Baymax, and then do his thing. That's pretty much what Zurg's for. Take a character out, snipe one, move on to another, get an advantage straight off the bat with HIRO, the likes of that. So that's what the intention was with doing this, but I quickly found out that that is not the case. And maybe you have to have Zurg's 7.5 gear to actually do it, but especially gear tier 7, straight 7 only, Zurg doesn't have the damage to take down a Baymax. Especially with a health stone or a defense stone or any of those other stones, no. Even without those stones, and you've got a speed stone, no. And then when they get tier 7.5, there's no way. So that was my hope. It just didn't kind of work out. Maybe another potential video in the future if you all want to see that and see my testings. We can do that maybe as a DSA Mythbusters busting myths. So, and then maybe change some stones around, and that's what I might do now. Is maybe if I readjust things, maybe I can make something work. So I can talk all on that on another. That's a whole nother video on its own. But that is why I do have Gogo up where she is. And I think as one of the fastest characters in the game, I think it's not a bad investment. And those ones are all amazing. Whereas say Fred and Wasabi, you use Gogo because she is fast. You use Honey Lemon because of her support, even though she's not a support character. You use Fred for his continuous damage and tanking and defense, which if you had them at lower stars, they don't do as much damage, they don't do as much defending, and don't have as much health. So him, and same with Wasabi, he's gonna hit a lot less hard, not as hit as hard, and everything else. So even if I did level them all up, they're still not going to be as impactful as they are when they're 7-star. So for that, I haven't leveled them up. I haven't put my resources into them. I'm saving them for others. So let's jump into what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. So pretty much I'm going to villains mode. Make sure when you're doing heroes in villains mode, I always put my energy into villains mode, and then never use your claimed attempt in villains mode, because the energy cost is higher than heroes. Because in heroes, he's available in stage 4, and villains he's in stage 5. So he's at the higher energy cost on villains than he is at heroes. So you always want to do the refresh on heroes and claim attempt on heroes, because it's going to cost you less energy. Then you can put that energy elsewhere, onto another character, onto gear, whatever it is that you need. But that's just a little tip for what I've been doing. And so I've been trying to keep them at an even pace with their leveling, and that's what I'm going to continue on doing. So looking forward, I'm looking at probably a 6-star Baymax unlock next event. Probably not going to get to a 7-star unless I get super lucky pulling 3 times tokens or 2 times nearly every day. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd love it to happen, but that is where it is, and I'm being a little bit more realistic. So I'd love it. We're going to see how I go, see how I get there. We never know. Maybe we can get lucky. But for now, that is my Big Hero 6 characters. That is where I am at, and how I am choosing, why I'm choosing to do things, and what I'm doing with them. So hopefully that has helped, and definitely, hopefully I've given you some maybe helpful advice on these characters. And I've heard people saying, farm after Honey Lemon first, go after her first, do Fred first. Do them all evenly. If you're using Honey Lemon, you can use her at the same level. You can use her at 3-star, you can use her at 4. You can do what you need to do at those low levels. So that's what I would recommend. Don't farm one first, farm them all evenly, because if you farm them one only and not the rest, and you neglect the others, it's going to be harder to catch up and then more costly. You're going to have to spend more gems on refreshers and packs or whatever it is to catch them up if the event comes around again. So keep that in mind. That's why I'm keeping them even. That's why I'm leveling them up evenly, hopefully, so I can have them all ready at whatever stage I'm at, and that's the goal. So hopefully this has helped. Hopefully this has been informative, and we will see you all soon with a whole lot more catch-ups and then getting into some characters, and I can't wait.